Memphis, Tennessee is well known for being one of the many music meccas in the United States. This city is home to some of the greatest musicians and entertainers of all time, like Elvis Presley, Al Green, and Justin Timberlake, just to name a few. Ty Boyland is among the many great musicians that hail from this city, and today I'm speaking with him about being a music producer. When did you discover you had musical talent?
Man, it's funny. When I was younger, I used to always have an interest in music. When I was about 7 years old, and I would always tell my mom, I wanted to take piano lessons, but we could never afford it. So we went to the thrift store. She bought me this little cheesy $5 Casio keyboard, and I would just peck away at it. And I would just make so much noise. It would be 11, 12 o'clock at night, and she'd have to come in there, take it from me, take the batteries out and everything.
What has it been like being a part of the music scene in Memphis?
There's a strong sense of responsibility, knowing the lineage that's come before me, the pioneers that have come before me. There's a very high bar that's set that you just can't undercut. Like, you have to come with your A game to be one day mentioned in the same breath as those people. I mean, you really have to come with it. And I think at this point of my career, I'm headed that way. So to even be mentioned with them is a great thing.
How would you describe your thought process for actually making a beat?
I guess it would be different for every producer, but for me in particular, it has to be the mood that I'm in. If I wake up and I'm upset about anything, that's probably the type of music that I'm going to make. I'm probably going to make something that's dark, maybe even demented, depends on how I feel. If I'm happy, and that same thing, the same thing applies to it.
How would you describe the obstacles now as far as music producing as opposed to 10 or 20 years ago?
I would say now, it's probably harder now because of the technology, that it's really oversaturated. Anybody that wants to express themselves through music can do it now. You can just go to Guitar Center, buy a $50, $100 MIDI board, buy a computer, the software, and you can make music. Whereas to 10, 20 years ago, you had to actually invest thousands of dollars in these things.
What sets your music apart from all the other music producers in the world?
That's a very good question, but it's a really easy question for me to answer. I would say my experiences set me apart. Nobody is better at being me than me.
When it comes to the top of the line musicianship and music production, you can count on Ty Boyland to give you what you want. If you would like to contact him via Twitter, you can follow him at Mr. Boyland and like his production page at facebook.com/beatbrokersnetwork.